Welcome, everybody, to the 27th annual Hunger Games.
What?
Huh?
No, wait.
Wait a minute.
Actually, that would be we can talk about this offline. I think that would actually be a great thing to add to this. Actually, no, okay, no, just think about it though. Like if Tiamat has suspicions, Tiamat decides to put together a Hunger Games of cultists to win like go higher up on that pyramid scheme of dragons.
Hey Jeremy, can we just rewrite your campaign right now?
I mean, we've
Is
been
that
in the
fine with
process
you?
of it for 27 episodes, so
Honestly.
you might as well, right?
I think that would be a fun arc for us. I'm not kidding. I think that would be.
I mean, that does
amazing.
sound very fun.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but logistically, like, who would put this stuff together, you know?
We'll just say a seed has been planted. We'll see what grows from it.
I would like. How do I nurture this seed properly?
Oh my god. Mika's just gonna submit like an outline for the Tiamat Hunger Games to Jeremy tomorrow.
Right.
This is
Next
Don't
week.
send
that's what I like. That's
It probably will.
You know, I'll need it
We'll make
by.
a pitch
Let's just
deck.
call it. I'll need it by Saturday, and
in,
that should-
in
yeah.
PowerPoint format.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'll do. I need to do a pitch deck for something else anyway. So
Oh my god.
Perfect.
somebody remind me, and I'll work on that today.
Alright, I'm sending you a reminder.
You know, just so you know, my random thought didn't mean to derail things quite that hard, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm here for it.
I just envisioned like a Vestra really trying to put it all together and then realizing what it actually means.
Right.
And then like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, but all my work. And then she switched sides.
Nice.
Here's the thing, you say that, but on Somebody's Heroes, me and Sean actually did make like an island that changes terrain for Tiamat and Bahamut for a PvP game. So I actually do have this available.
This is amazing. This is amazing. We should talk. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Do I need a pitch deck if Janelle
Right?
has?
If it's already been built, what?
I think it's like up for
We don't
free
need to-
download on Somebody's Heroes Ko-Fi or something.
Nice.
But,
Yeah, we don't need to reinvent the wheel
Amazing.
here.
All right.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
You know what? This year's gonna be weird. Let's
Right?
embrace
Let's just
it. Let's
embrace
just
it,
bring some
right.
weird. Let's make it
This is the
crazy.
year of the Hunger Games.
I feel like we'll need to get Shadow back on to be. I can't think of his name, but the announcer that's in Hunger Games. She'll need to play
Yeah.
Vestra as that character.
Yes.
A great time to bring in some guests.
Yes.
Actually,
How many people can it fit on a screen?
Oh my
Okay.
god, yes. Yes,
like a
in
new
so many
guest
ways.
each episode, even if their point is to be killed. Like,
Right?
I'm just saying. We should
Everyone on
probably
the
get started
channel.
with the game.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
then
sorry.
everyone on the channel needs to come
There
in.
is nothing for you
Everyone.
to be sorry about.
This is stuff we should have talked about before we went live.
Welcome in.
Right? Oh,
You are
hello. Welcome to for the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, where we're playing the Tyranny of Dragons storyline, except for not.
Sort of.
Right. The group started off as cultists. Technically, you're still cultists, but in the Cult of the Dragon, trying to re-summon Tiamat back from Avernus to free her from her hellish bindings, right? Along the road, things have shifted, I feel like. Maybe. We'll get into that. Let's do a round of introductions. I don't even know. Mick's awfully quiet over there. Let's start with Mick. Mick, tell us who you are and who you're playing today.
Okay, I am Chris, the Drow Rogue who likes to steal things. And yeah, that's about it.
Perfect. Janelle, how about yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Janelle, or Boss Jellybean, all over the internet, and I play Asherin Lorland, She is having an existential crisis about her paladin oaths right now.
Is it about her paladin oath, or is it the conflict between her oath and the group she has found herself stuck with?
I think it's everything. It's everything.
Fair. All right. Adela, how about yourself?
Hello, my name is Adela. You'll find me on the interwebs on BellaBeeKids.com and Mountain Minx and Craft Ninja. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I am going to be playing Aster, who is a nature cleric who is only in this situation because her parents are followers of Tiamat, and she really doesn't care. But she loves her buddies so much. She just loves her buddies so much. And adventure, you know what? That's cool. That's cool too. And she loves plants. So that's why we're here.
Perfect. And last but not least, Mika, who are you and who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Mika. You cannot find me as Boss Jellybean everywhere because that's Janelle.
But what if people really wanted to?
No, you can find me. All my links are beacons.ai / Mika McIntosh. All in word. You can find all my links there. MIKAMCINTOSH. Mika McIntosh. Or you can go to Roll-D5, ROLED5, and find my shit there. Today, I am playing Lemon Zest, whose accent will change sometimes. You know, he's a lifelong cultist. He's only in the cult to get his inheritance from his parents. But right now he's kind of pissed off and has very audibly said, like, no, I'm done with this. Like, yeah. The end.
Perfect. I'm Jeremy. I would say that I'm DMing this, but I feel like I'm just along for the ride. I'm here to be entertained by you all as much as the crowd is. So you can find me on the interwebs at WH Pubs on all of the socials. Also, if you want to catch the first 26 episodes of this series, head over to YouTube. Give us a subscription. Weird word because it's actually free. It's not really a subscription. Follow by hitting the subscribe button. And let's dive into this, shall we? So last time, you had all come to the fortress that sits within the caldera of the Sentinel Spire volcano. Apparently, it was once the stronghold of a guild of assassins, but since then it has been taken over by what appears to be this cloister of blindfolded people. Some you have seen are dragonborn or half dragons, but you've also seen halflings and humans and gnomes and a dwarf, etc., as they move about seemingly unhindered for the most part by their blindfolded situation. You came here in order to have a scroll that you couldn't decipher read to you. The scroll itself revealed that Tiamat was not the first of the dragon goddesses, but she did murder that first goddess, Zeminet, who was technically her sister, maybe her mother. It's kind of cloudy as far as the relationship goes there, but there was some murder that happened there, and Tiamat rose up and took her place. Since then, you've decided to hang out here and kind of get your bearings, because with this information now in your head, going back to the Cult of the Dragon, for different reasons for each of you, I think, has maybe different outcomes in mind. You maybe don't want to, or there might be other plans for your life that you want to pick up. Underwater basket weaving, for example. I've heard it's all the rage in Waterdeep. The first night you stayed there, some of the rampant foliage decided to climb in the window and crush Ashran, who did manage to survive thanks to the last-ditch effort of the cleric, there was some healing that managed to save Ashwin's life, and in the morning there was profuse apologies given as the yes, as Raven in chat says, the sentient kudzu was thought to have been repelled and obviously had not been. Going to breakfast, the three of so we had Chris and Ashwin and Lemon Zest went to breakfast with Cheova, the yellow half dragon. But most of the conversation there happened between Lemon Zest and Chris and the cleric of this dead goddess, as Ashwin kind of didn't want to hear it yet and went off. However, Aster had gone off with a pink-haired halfling named Gefra, who showed you the gardens and kind of explained the situation of how they're always like fighting things back, and but there's like some amazing species of plants that grow here that aren't found elsewhere. And essentially, sorry, I just glanced over and saw the future of the Tiamat Hunger Games in our Discord chat. Perfect, I love it. All right. A character advantage has been redeemed for Aster, so just make sure you keep an eye out for that. Mark it on your that's your calendar. You mark that on your calendar and you use it one day. With that, I believe we are where we had left off last episode, with the group kind of having a discussion of what to do from here. What do we do from here?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Boy, what do we do from here?
Oh, Chris also has an advantage.
Okay, thank you.
I
feel like this should be the musical episode. So you're all gonna have to sing.
Oh, you don't want that
Yeah,
from me.
it's like the
you
musical
don't
episode of
want
Buffy.
that. This is not the right cast
Where do we go
for
from
me.
here?
This is
I think Nick has the voice of an angel.
I'll bet you're right.
Nick, that's all right. You can sing for all of us.
yeah. Can you do different voices for all of us, please? While you sing, thank you.
Perfect. All right, maybe we should put more planning into that for a future episode during the Hunger Games. There'll be a musical episode.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, you're all sitting around. The breakfast has kind of wrapped up. You can either leave or have your discussion here. Doesn't seem to be that anyone is really paying you any mind. Every so often someone will wave or greet you, but other than that, it doesn't seem like anyone's listening.
Ashrin, how are you feeling?
I think Ashwin's just like sitting there staring at a wall. And as you like talk to her, she like very slowly turns to you, goes, I'm just still absorbing it all in. So what was it that attacked me?
It was essentially a shambling mound, but you've seen the vegetation just growing. Like you can watch plants grow, that they grow that fast. And some of it seemed to find you apparently tasty and climbed in through the window and tried to smoosh you to death. The group. It was difficult for you to kind of notice because you were kind of like being crushed by everything.
Sure.
But there was a ghost involved. There was a pseudo dragon. Somewhere in there you did see your fellows as they came in to also combat it, but for the most part all you could see was the ghost that saved you. It was weird.
Great. Good. Okay. Do we know why the shrubbery around here it overgrows so quickly? No? Because Tiamat's purview is like conquering and subduing things and populations. And if all the plant life around here kind of grows out of control, is it possible that the dead goddess's purview is like overgrowth? Which, no, I don't know. Is that? I'm still processing everything.
Are you asking me or are you asking them?
No, I'm saying Ashrin's like saying this out loud. Like
Yeah.
she's just like processing things.
Well, do we have my guide near me? Like, have I just like walked up to these guys? Yeah,
she
I have.
she dropped you
with no
off.
guide. Okay. I'm just gonna say all I know is that it seemed, because she explained a little bit of this, that they just keep growing and that they're, well, anyway, these things, they just keep growing and they kind of battle with these outliers that come in and, you know, maybe try and eat you. It was a problem. They thought they fixed it, but this one snuck in. It just kind of likes to lick you and then decides you're delicious and then wants to ravage you. It should be fine from now on. Maybe.
Should it? That doesn't sound like it's going to be fine from now on.
I mean, it sounded like they just keep their eye out for this and they try and make sure that it doesn't happen. They thought they got them all. I don't know. But you should check out the gardens. It's amazing and everything grows so fast. There's things that I've never seen before. I mean, it's spectacular. Willow's going to love this. It's amazing.
I feel like to prevent us from being attacked by more plants, maybe we should find out why everything grows so fast around here.
Absolutely.
Who do we ask? I don't know. Hey, anyone. Why are the plants growing so fast?
There was that dwarf that had been kind of sitting a couple tables over. He's still over there. Looks like at first you see several mugs around him. Seems like he's been like morning drinking already for some reason. But then you see like steam rising from the one in front of him, and there's a little bit of like floating white globule in it that you've never really seen before. You're not sure what that is. And he takes a sip, and there's like some of the white that kind of sticks to his beard and mustache. And he turns his head blindfolded in your direction. Are you new around here?
Ugh, I am.
And you haven't been warned about the vines and the plants and not to let them, get too close.
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
He gets up, carries over his mug, sits down. You can see there's like a very sweet smell emanating from the cup. It looks kind of chocolatey in there, and there's like little blobs of white melting. Well, I don't know how much I should be telling you, but you see, there was a very powerful archdruid who once kind of took over this area, and well, let me say there's the portals that you should be aware of, because they power much of what goes on here, and we haven't found a way to really keep the rampant growth at bay after his death.
Rampant growth.
Rampant growth.
Rampant growth.
Rampant growth.
Rampant growth.
Rampant
Of the
growth.
plant. Rampant growth.
Oh my god.
As this dwarf and Kobold are just like
Laugh.
screaming at each other at this point.
Last, I'm sorry, Ashrid. It's the rampant growth.
Just kidding.
Rampant growth.
Rapid growth.
Okay.
The rampant, rapid growth.
What is this?
We
what's in
don't
your cup?
have to keep saying it. I get the idea. Thank you.
Hey, what's in your cup? That looks really delicious. I kind of
Oh.
miss most of breakfast. Can I have some of that? What are those
It
floating?
looks good.
Oh yeah, these are the marshmallows in the hot chalky.
The whole show.
Cannot.
That's dwarven hot chalky.
Where did we get this hot chocolate? I need it. I need it in my life.
It's dwarvish for hot chocolate.
Right.
Oh my god, we need this. Hey, Astra's gonna
Y'all.
call somebody else over with the mesh thing and be like, "Hey, where do we get this?" And while you guys are still talking about Chucky and
There's
Rampant growth.
he points over. Kind of generally speaking, you can see a table that has what looks like a large metal urn, and there's a spoon sticking out of it. Underneath it, you can see a small candle is lit to keep it warm.
Astra's gonna head on over there and do like bar winch style and get a bunch of mugs and fill them all up
Totally.
and bring them to
And
the
you notice
table.
there's next to it there's this bowl of these little like white pellets, and like kind of like squeezing them, they're very soft. You've never seen this before.
That's amazing. I'm gonna just get them all and pile them like ridiculously, as if it was like whipped cream. Just piles of these things
Perfect.
on
Perfect.
top because they're fantastic.
Can I do like a divine sense to see if I can figure out like what the source of the like
rampant
druidic
growth.
yeah, the rampant growth is?
Interesting. Can you remind me what your sense gives you?
I believe it tells me fey, celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet, but I'm kind of just trying to figure out like magic source, or I guess I could also do like an arcana check, though I'm not great at those. You tell me.
Sorry, I had to type something very important in the chat.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
You don't sense
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sense any of those types of creatures. But go ahead and do an arcana check.
Okay. Dice. Do good things right now, please.
Please.
What do we got? Solid 10.
Yeah, with the 10, you're just like, no, nothing. Yeah.
No. Okay, great. Good. I mean, could be the ground. What do you what is the water source that you all use for the plants?
Yeah, so there is actually, you noticed that there is I believe there's a waterfall, which was weird. Go ahead and do a perception check for me. This will be a retconning for when you came in on what you noticed for it. Nice.
18.
Yeah, with the 18, you actually saw coming out of about halfway up. So again, this sits in like a very steep caldera, excuse me, and about halfway up on, as you came in, it would have been on your left. You had noticed like the plume of like water spray from a waterfall. That makes no logical sense. Like there was no river out there. And so where is that water coming from?
Cool. All right, I'm going to go look at the very strange waterfall that exists here, because maybe the unusual plant life stems from that.
I'll go too.
Okay.
Oh, this is fascinating. I've got to check this out.
I'll
Chris-
go as well.
Okay. So the dwarf pulls in close as his mug of hot jockey, sniffs it and takes a big drink, settles in as the four of you leave him behind. You step out of this area, and again, you're kind of on the far side. As you walked in, it would have been on the far right side, but we'll call it east. as far as how you entered in. You're on the far east side, and on the far west side of this area, you can kind of walk into a thoroughfare that goes down. Much of it, actually, you remember walking down it to get to the dome where you spoke with Cheova, and she explained the scroll to you. But from here, kind of stepped back from being so close to it, and the other buildings that were in the way, you can see this waterfall like pouring out of looks like a cave mouth about halfway up the caldera.
I guess Ashrin's just literally gonna head towards it like she's on a hike, with the intention of like getting close enough to look inside the cave mouth.
Sure.
Do you have anything that can like it looks like we have to rock climb up here, or
Go ahead and as you get closer, I'm gonna have you do a survival check. This is gonna be more of a trying to find the path as opposed to trying to notice
Do we all
something.
get to do a survival check? Because
You-
that always
you could
goes
do-
well.
it's
for
always
all of us.
so bad.
You
Wait,
could
so what-
absolutely
what-
do
what
it.
are we
It's
doing?
so bad.
You could do a group survival.
Oh, I got an 18. Which for the record means I rolled a 19 because I have a -1 to survival.
I love it. As you get closer, it's actually you're looking for like handholds, something that you can like. Am I going to need climbing gear for this? That kind of like thought process is going on, and you get closer, and you actually notice what appears to be a fairly old carved set of stairs. They're very narrow, so
Okay.
you don't notice them at first, but as you get closer and you're kind of at more of an angle, you do notice there are some stairs that go up and kind of wind back and forth on the south side of the waterfall.
Okay, then I will head up the stairs, going in front of the group and like testing out each step before I go up it to make sure
Sure.
it's safe. And then get up to the top and check out what this situation is and where the water is coming from.
Okay. As you're walking up it, the stairs seem very well built in, like they're carved out of the stone itself, and they don't seem like they're going to crumble or anything, but they are a little wet, and so you just kind of like take your time climbing up so you don't slip and fall off. As you get to the top, you see a thin pathway that leads to the waterfall, but you can see that it goes around the corner and kind of continues on into the cave itself. So you're following what looks like not a river necessarily, but like a good sized stream into the rock.
Okay. I'm gonna look back at Adela. Do you do you have any way to test the water?
Sure. No, I don't know if I do. If the water's bad for us or not. But yeah, let's try it out. Let's see if at least if I can perceive if the water is still good.
This strange little creature runs out of the cave.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, let's see if I can perceive if it's bad. I don't think I have anything. If only I had like purify.
You could
That's
do
not
like
something
a nature check to kind of like,
Yeah.
you're just like
I
looking
have a
at the
feeling if
quality of
anything,
it.
it's gonna have like beneficial properties. The problem being that it's like making the
with
plant
a
life
5,
alive.
though. Am I really gonna know anything with a 5? I'm not
Oh
sure.
jeez.
You look at it and like it is like you kind of like scoop some in your hand and it's like super clear. You don't like, you smell it, you don't smell anything weird about it. In fact, if anything, it's like probably some of the cleanest smelling water that you've been around some rivers, especially like near towns, that you're just like, ooh, don't drink that. But that's pretty much all you gather from it.
Oh, fantastic. Super knowledgeable.
Sorry,
Seems
Janelle.
fine.
Janelle,
Seems
remind
great.
me what the name of that ability was again for your paladin?
Wait, for
Is
what?
it Divine Sense?
Yeah, Divine Sense.
Why can't I find it?
Here, I can put it in the one.
Thank
There you
you.
go. You're welcome.
Just until the end of your next turn. Okay.
Yeah, it's not up still. But I am as Aster is like, this is fine. Just to be safe, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
And kind of look around. Like my eyes flash to like a serpent green and
Nice.
start looking around.
As you as your eyes light up and everyone's kind of following you through this, misty water spraying up onto this ledge that you're walking down, it takes you a minute. You actually have to hold out your hand and brace yourself for a moment because the flare of magic at the end of this area is so bright, it just fills your vision. And so you kind of blink the tears away and you look, and it seems like at the edge of your magical vision, not your dark vision itself, but your magical vision, is a swirling portal.
A swirling portal?
Yeah.
We were just told about portals, right?
Yeah, the dwarf mentioned them.
Okay. So does it look like the water is coming out of this portal?
It does.
Interesting. What kind of magic was coming off of it?
Oh, that is a good question.
Because for detect magic, I get to know, ba, 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 ba. You learn its school of magic, if any, and that's mostly it. You just learn its school of magic.
I believe we're going to call it conjuration.
Okay.
But let me just double check one thing real quick.
Okay.
Loading. Also conjuration. Yeah, it's definitely conjuration magic.
Is there any magic coming off of the water itself, or just the portal?
Just the portal.
Okay. Well, we know where it's coming from now. That doesn't answer necessarily why the plants are growing out of control. I thought maybe there'd be something magical about. I mean, it's clearly coming from somewhere strange.
Maybe we need to grab one of these priests and ask them some questions, bring them here, or just say, hey, where is the water coming from? Like, where does that portal attach to?
Someone could just go through it, too, potentially.
I mean, what if it's an ocean? What if it's a portal to an ocean?
Ashran looks over at Lemon, says, do you think you could send your
Oh, yeah.
your little friend through?
What? My voice is different again. What? I think Lemon Zest turns visible now. Because when I resummon Lemon Zest, turned him into an imp.
Yeah.
So that he can't turn invisible. And due to my features, he has a flying speed of 40 feet. So he's a little flying imp. So, hey, I guess I'm not even gonna ask you if you want to, Lemon Blossom. Just go that way, please. And Lemon Blossom sticks out his tongue look, I can resummon you. You can't really die. You just get sent to another pocket dimension. We've been through this. Please just for the love of Bahamut, just go, please. And then Lemon Blossom just jumps off, goes meh, and then travels through the hole.
Yeah, so I rolled a yes, no, just to figure out whether or not Lemon Blossom was going to full on towards it or approach carefully. Just kind of meanders his way over there and reaches up a hand to touch it, and then he looks at it, and then he pushes, and then you can see him straining, and he turns around and goes,
"No, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I don't really have the spells to attempt to. Can I roll Arcana?
Sure.
See if that does anything for me here.
Remember, you can always do anything,
It's a
whether it works or
23.
not. Nice, amazing.
Ooh.
So here's the thing: you've actually grown up in the Cult of the Dragon, right? There's been a lot of
Yes.
talk about portals that summon things like dragon goddesses back from Avernus and stuff.
Sure.
But thinking about it, you also know that there are other planes that are very specific to elements. And if you had to guess, you would say that what you're seeing is a portal to, or rather from, probably a one-way portal from the elemental plane of water.
Oh. Okay, yeah, this is from the elemental plane of water.
Is there any reason that would cause the effects that we're seeing?
So you think about that for a moment. I'm going to keep this with your awesome roll of 23 rather than making you roll it again. It, in and of itself, doesn't necessarily lend any reason to why the plants are so, like, incredibly rampant. Although you're curious whether or not creatures come through this. Like, do you know there are elementals that exist there, and they probably could just swim right through this, and that's probably a bigger problem sometimes, or not. You're not sure. This might have some kind of like way to filter them out or stop them from coming through. Without seeing the spell that like was used for this, you're not 100% sure.
Lemon Zest is going to drink some of the water.
Oh, it's so good.
Man.
Astra's just gonna fill up her little her mug because she finished her hot chocolate. So, gonna fill up a mug.
Yeah.
And I think we should just ask about this. They've told us everything. There hasn't really been any kind of sneakiness, but we just have to kind of actually just ask them specifically. Maybe we should just go back and ask them.
I thought they didn't know why the plants were. They said that they just lost control after the druid left, right?
Yeah, so since the druid died, the rampant growth has been apparently unstoppable.
Yeah,
But we don't
I
know
don't
where
think
this
they
is
know
from.
the cause of it.
Wait, I can try casting Counterspell and see if that does anything.
So
We're about to
you would need
destroy
to
their water
spell-
source.
right, you would need to spell
Oh
magic
my
to try it.
god.
It's a desert.
Oh, yo, you're right. To spell magic, Counterspell wouldn't. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, sorry, wrong spell. That's.
Chris,
I say
you
we
have
just
another
talk to them
advantage
about
from
it.
chat. Thanks, Pass the Meeple.
All right, let's go ask, I guess.
All right.
All right,
And
so
down we go.
yeah, so you head back down the somewhat slippery steps, but manage to make it to the bottom. And you look around. You're near the dome that you had spoken with Cheova. You could head that way. There's a pretty... where did the map go? For some reason, I thought I had a map that I shared with you all. Maybe not?
Mm-hmm.
No, you did at one point.
It's not
I
there.
swear.
It's not that one.
There's-
Oh, there it is. Hang on.
Oh, yep.
All right, so you're on the left side of that. I'm going to pop this open so that the viewers can see it as well.
That's a great
So
question
tiny.
from Raven. Hey, everyone! Why aren't the dragons helping suppress this rampant plant growth?
So, Astra, you had been told that they actively do fight back the growth, but they don't know what's causing it. Therefore, it's not like a they are fighting the area from being taken over by these plants, but it is not a they don't know what's causing it.
They don't know
Yeah.
how.
They do think it's, I mean, if you listen to the dwarf earlier, he thinks it's tied to the portal somehow, but he said portals, plural. And
I think we should find out where all the portals are. Just ask them to take us to all the portals and what they've done. So at least we have like a backstory a little bit of what failed, what worked. And then
That's a good idea. Would Lemon Zest have shared with us the information about elementals getting through or no? Oh, I can't hear you.
that was a muted yes.
Sorry, sirens. Yeah, elemental water. I don't know. Maybe elemental beings are in the water. Well, spirit particle beings. They go in the plants, so they control the plants.
Do you know what those might be attracted to or eat?
No.
Hmm.
I don't know much about.
Okay.
Lemon Zest
Elemental
cracks his
water
knuckles,
beings.
pulls out his copy of Elemental Monthly.
Yeah,
Well, I
no, I'm
don't
sure
know
I've
what
got,
magic
I've got
we'll
like
know.
books. So can I roll for this?
Sure.
Do another, I don't know, Arcana survival. What role with it? Nature.
I feel
Must
like
be a
it would
nature
be. Let's go Arcana.
Let's see if lightning can strike twice. It's a 14.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Most of what you've dealt with elementally are the elements associated with dragons, and so you're not 100% sure what a water elemental might dig, for example. What's the water elemental into? You're not 100% sure.
I don't really know what they're into,
Well, we know that
romantically or otherwise.
it's growing the plants. I'm trying to think to find out if one is coming through the portal. We might want to set some kind of trap, but I don't know how we would go about doing that. Do we have any seeds, maybe, if it's trying to
Ooh, yeah. We do
grow
have plenty of
plants?
seeds.
BRB.
Aster just like opens her trench coat with all of these like seed pods inside. Hey, I
Super
hear
creepy,
you. I
you
hear
know,
you
like
want
one of
seeds.
those like one of those watch sellers.
Hey kids.
What would you like?
Ooh,
She has some water in her mug still, and she's like, "Ooh, this is going to be great."
What if we made some sort of trap with this seed in like a little potted plant in the middle, and then if something is running around here making things grow, maybe that will attract it? I don't know.
Or if the spirit jumps into plants to turn them crazy, and to then try and attack you.
Wasn't I was saved by a ghost?
Yeah, that was a thing that Lemon Zest summoned.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that he explained it after the fact.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to get it something to come grow a plant is the only idea I have, but
Aster searches around for a little pot and just kind of gets some dirt in there and takes and swishes her little seed around in her mug and sticks a little hole in and then just kind of dumps it all in there and then just kind of holds it like, grow.
And you're staring into it. And
you're
Janelle,
like building.
as you're
Yeah.
watching, because you still have Detect Magic up, it lasts for 10
I do.
minutes.
I do.
You notice a faint, very faint diffusion of magic kind of like begin to seep into the mug. And then
Really?
what did you plant?
We planted some lavender.
A little lavender sproutling pops up much faster than it should and begins to kind of like grow stems and
Is it possible for me to trace the magic from like to its source?
Why don't you do a...
I know you're about to ask for survival.
Well, see, I was thinking about that. I was just like, let's do perception or investigation. Your choice.
I choose perception.
Okay. Also, while you're making that roll, Ashrin
20
and Mika, or Lemon Blossom, sorry, Lemon Zest, you both have advantages from Stacy in chat. Thanks so much, Stacy.
Thank you so much. Let me mark that down.
All right, with that 20, you're kind of looking, and it is so faint. It is so like hard for you to like just look at directly. You kind of have to like catch it out of the corner of your eye or kind of like unfocus your eyes. You notice that there is this like almost tendril of energy that at first you think it's coming up from the ground, but then you kind of look and you realize, oh, it's actually spread across the ground. And you're looking and you're like, oh, I see these everywhere. Now that you're like actively looking at it, but not like, now that you kind of know how to look at it with your detect magic up, you're seeing it just like spreading through this entire area, and you begin following it, and they begin to cluster together into larger vines of this magic. And is everyone following Ashrin?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So Ashrin begins to lead you away from the waterfall, past the dome, and everyone's kind of looking up and seeing the things that they hadn't seen before, except for Aster, who had been walking around earlier with Gethra. You notice that there are spires all over the place, but many of these spires aren't even buildings. They're like columns that have statues on top. There are some squat buildings that are completely overgrown with plants. There are other towers that are very small that have been cleared away, and you see these people moving in and out of those. But Ashrin, you're very focused, and you're not really seeing all this. You're not looking up until you get to the base of the largest tower. And at first you're like, oh, who put this tree here or whatever? And you look up, and it's actually this massive stone tower that is just completely encased in vines and trees that are growing out of the side of it and mosses and everything. And you just see the magic oozing off of it.
I think I've found the source of it. Is there anyone, or like, are any of the people who live here around us right now?
Yeah. Yeah, you look around and there's several people within shouting distance.
Excuse me. What is this?
What appears to be a human at first turns and looks, and you look and you see that they actually have tiefling horns that have been like shorn down. They look over, look in your direction in the way that they're blindfolded, and they kind of tilt their head and walk towards you.
Right, you have a blindfold. And I describe the thing that is standing next to me.
The tower. Yes. What about it?
What is it?
Oh, it's a tower.
Does it have a purpose?
You can see he thinks about that for a moment. Most towers have purposes. This one. What was? Do you mean now?
Yes, currently and before.
Okay. So
what has this tower been used for?
So at one time there was a cult of assassins that lived here. I don't.
Interesting.
Anyway, so they lived here, and the leader of them lived in this tower. It's we think we've gotten all the traps. So just if you go inside, walk around, just kind of be careful.
Great.
And that's what we've got lemon zest for.
What's that?
It's what we've got lemon zest for.
Aster's gonna walk over and just say, "Your horns. What happened to your horns?"
Oh, well, I just they were in my way as a child, and so I.
That's I don't know. No, what actually happened to your horns?
I stood out a little too much. in the village I came from, so I...
Who took them?
Well, no, I took them myself. I just wanted to fit in.
Where were you before? Who were you trying to fit in with?
Damn you, I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember.
He says, I am from Cormier.
I don't know where that is.
It's kind of... It's far off to the southeast west, over that way on the map from here.
That way.
Yeah.
But you feel safe here.
Oh,
right?
yes. I've never felt more safe anywhere else than here.
Can you grow your horns back? Can someone you cast a spell to make them grow back?
Well, I've never thought about it.
Well, now you have.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, so like who did you guys serve where you used to live?
Oh, there's a king, and wait, do you want to know about me or this tower? I'm confused.
Oh, both. I don't know. I
mean, we can like sit down over Hocho sometime and just like ask you about stuff. Right now, though, the tower. What's your name?
My name is Stefan.
Stefan, or like
I need to make a note of this before I forget.
Like Gwen Stefani.
Stefani.
My name is Gwyn Stephanie.
Queen Stephanie, nice to meet you.
Stefani.
Stephanie. Okay, Queen. Yeah, we'll pick your brain later, Queen. About your personal life and Cormier, land of the purple dragon.
Which is kind of a misnomer, because there's not actually... Anyway. You think you get all excited because you're like signing up, oh, Purple Dragon, and then there's not one. Right. And there's just like some knights that are like, oh, I'm a Purple Dragon, but they're not. They're not actually.
Yeah, as a joke, I was sent there once.
Yeah,
it was
kind of sucks.
Prank.
Yeah.
Wasted 2 months of my life traveling and
looking for this Purple Dragon. Where?
Yeah, that was really mean.
So, what questions do you have for this fellow, Queen Stephanie?
It's like funny.
Funny.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I mean, really, I just want to learn about where where Stephanie came from and why.
He'll regale you with stories of Cormier that I'm not going to do for...
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Oh, thanks for spelling that in chat so that I can copy that.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen.
And if Gwen Stefani can sing later on, that would be amazing.
That's with sorry, that's spelled with that symbol.
Oh, in the middle? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So let me just anyway, yeah.
Back to the tower. Back to the tower.
Oh, but I was just about to get to the good part about like my first love.
I love this. Let's have it over some hot show.
Ashran has already headed over like to inside the tower.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like herding cats.
You do notice that the growth around the tower
is following you.
You can pretty much like watch the plants grow wherever you are, but this is like very quick. And so you see gardeners that are around. Some of them are using like fire magic to kind of like curb the growth and keep it from becoming too much on the ground. Up top, you can see people like climbing the tower with like shears as they're like cutting off parts, and it seems like an ongoing thing.
If I expend a use of Searing Smite, can I just start like hacking away to clear a path into here?
You want to go into the tower?
Yeah.
You can find the entrance. It is kept clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I look back at everyone else. I'm going to go inside this tower and figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, Lemon Blossom is on your shoulder.
All right, yeah, Aster's ready. She's definitely curious about all the stories, but that's another time.
Gwen seems to be like moving along with you, telling you stories. If you have questions about the tower as you move through it, Gwen will be there.
Oh, perfect. Could you walk in front of us?
Oh, of course. Walks
Wonderful.
in.
So
Every so often, like, you see a scorching ray come out and like nuke some plant that like is growing a little rampant. Getting inside, you see a lot of the vines and trees and such, but you see like cactuses growing out of the wall and different succulents and mosses and all of these different plants that are just kind of overcoming everything.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
When you put this episode up later, could you add a counter for the amount of times the word rampant is used?
Only if we can make it into a rampant drinking game.
I actually love that idea. That's a great idea.
Right? Hang on. I got to bring up my friend, thesaurus.com.
Word Hippo. Word Hippo's really good.
Word Hippo.
I use reverse thesaurus all the time when I'm writing.
See, I use with my last job. One of the higher ups told me about Word Hippo. It's got everything you need for the word.
Wait, I just have to open this now
is
that I
beautiful for a copy.
Word Hippo? I do need to look this up.
Yeah.
See, this is also
What's another
educational.
word for
Not only do
rampant?
we,
Yeah,
have a
this
good
is such
time.
an good. We've just spent the past hour.
Ooh,
I love
unbridled.
this.
I like unbridled.
Unbridled
Wanton.
foliage.
Wanton.
Oh. Super sexy plants. Some sexy plants.
Right? No one
Oh
else
my
is seeing this.
God.
Everyone else can only see rampant, but Aster is 100% all like, look at that wanton plant over there.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
is so ready to do some
Wanting.
flowering. Yep.
Yes. Oh my god.
Nature
love it.
clerics. Nature
Yep,
clerics.
Ah, it's amazing.
As you walk in, you notice that the area has been largely cleared off in the kind of lower area of the essentially there's like a foyer that you walked into, but it's very large. It's not quite a full, like, it's not the full size of the tower. It does end up, there's a wall on the far side that you feel like probably leads to some other chambers or hallways, and you do see some stairs that go up to your left and to your right, deeper into the tower. Your magic is getting close to running out, Ashran, but you do see that it appears to be coming from higher up, this like kind of coruscating effect. What do y'all do?
Can you repeat that last bit?
Rampant hot chalk. Hoko. Hoko.
Wanting cocoa.
Hocho.
The Ocho.
Rampant Hocho.
Rampant. Rampant. From outside you hear rampant Hocho.
Shut your wee mouth.
Oh my god. Aster's just looking at, like, trying to find the plants and just still completely enamored with
Sure.
everything just growing. It's just amazing.
Do a nature check for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nature.
And are you still carrying your mug of lavender plant?
Yeah, I'm still carrying my mug of lavender that I assume is still.
It is.
growing.
Yeah, it is still growing. It hasn't become like unruly yet. Like you're not having a hard time carrying it. It's not too heavy or
What's
anything like
with
that.
these rolls?
Nor is it attacking you. That was weird. But however, as you're just like so enamored with things, you're not really catching anything else. But as Ashrin sees kind of that the energy is coming from higher up, what would you like to do?
Like how high up?
You can't see much above this chamber. Like you there's a ceiling that kind of has some creeper vines growing across it, and so it's above that.
Do I see stairs?
You
Sorry.
do. Yeah, stairs on the left and the right.
All right, I'm gonna just head towards one of those then, I guess.
Okay.
We'll go left,
Perfect.
and hopefully they all lead to the same place.
All rampant stairs rampantly lead rampantly upwards. I'm just trying to kill viewers at this point who are playing the drinking game.
I'll ramp at your stairs.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
The
Y'all?
rampant ramparts.
Oh my god.
Ramparted.
Sorry. Poor Mick. Mick, are you just so over this right now?
Mick's like, oh, my internet went out. Click.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god. Yeah, I will follow. I am intrigued. I just see like the herd going, you know, and just kind of like with the mug, like, okay,
Nice.
over here now.
As you get further up, you follow the stairs, but you kind of peek into chambers and hallways and larger areas that open up off of the stairwell as you're going up. But you still haven't quite come to where you think this magic is coming from, essentially. And as you're looking around, Aster, you do see more of those people wearing the kind of like the clerical robes of this cloister, but they have the leaves kind of worked in and flowers and stuff that adorn them. They appear to be using nature magic to kind of like guide the growth as opposed to always like trying to just keep it cut back. And you see like entire rooms that essentially it looks like they were probably much different in the past, and now the walls are just completely encased in vines and wood. There's like bark. So you think there's probably like trees that just kind of have grown up in this area and closed off maybe certain aspects of what you can see. And then you get to the roof. And you step out. It is not on fire. However, you do see what looks like very old scorch marks where nothing is growing. For lemon zest, yeah, I feel like lemon zest would be the first to recognize this. There was definitely like a magical battle that happened here in the past, and you can see like the marring effects of that where the plants just aren't growing. However, you do also notice several archways that ring the roof, kind of creating I don't want to call it a gazebo, but it does seem like kind of an enclosed area. It does have a roof that has been shattered, and so chunks of it still lay kind of spread across the floor of the area you're in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so this is not gazebo. Stuff's happened here.
As your detect magic begins to flicker away, Ashran, these archways just emanate magic.
Can I see what the school is?
Yeah, they're all the same kind of conjuration magic.
Conjuration. Okay. Well, I believe it's coming from this area. This.
I'm gonna
I mean, why don't we just grab a nature cleric and ask them
I'm gonna
what
have
they know? Because clearly,
Should we get-
I'm not from here.
Right? Should we get a nature
Roll
cleric that is optimized, or do you want to roll for it?
Oh no. Maybe we should roll for it. Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
What would you like me to roll?
So you roll a nature. I'm gonna have Lemon Zest roll a Arcana, and I'm gonna have Ashran roll a religion check.
Okay, here we go.
That is a 10.
Perfect. The dice are treating you all about right.
12 for me. Nice.
I do have that advantage.
Oh,
Would this be a good time to use it?
I mean, so that's really up to you on what you feel like you want to use it on.
you know what? So do I.
It wouldn't have mattered in your case because
Yeah.
you would have
'Cause-
gotten the 12 would have been your highest roll in that.
Yep. Yep. Oh boy.
And what did Ashwin get on religion? Oh, not bad.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. 18.
So I'm going to give Ashrin. There are certain aspects of being a paladin that you are familiar with if you don't necessarily interact with on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have magic that can deal with that, and sometimes it's not quite enough. There seems to be a very thickly layered curse going on here. Just like looking at the magic before it fades away, you can see something happened here, and it has enhanced magic that's seeping through the portals.
Hmm.
Hey, Baxter. Up.
Trying to figure out if there's anything I can do about a curse. I mean, no, that's lay on hands. It would be like a disease, and I don't think I have access to anything that would help get rid of a curse. So this area seems to be cursed. There isn't much I can do about that. I don't know if any of you have abilities to purify a location.
No. But we should probably talk to what's their name? The head here,
Cheova?
and see if we can help. Like what they know and what they've done, what they need.
Gawain is kind of standing back by the staircase humming Don't Speak by some doubt, which is just it's a little band that comes through here every so often.
Yeah.
Um,
Their best album they're known for, a group of songs, is called Flourishing Kingdom.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As he kind of overhears, he says, we've definitely tried to purge this area, but nothing's really stuck. It's like there's something kind of linchpinning these energies here. If you have any suggestions, I'm sure Cheova would be glad to hear it.
I mean,
No.
if I take a rest, I can equip a spell that potentially could help. Because I could do ceremony. I don't know if that would help though.
Can you throw ceremony up in the chat?
Yeah.
And I'll take a look-see.
Yeah.
A look-see doozy.
Look-see.
Come on. Okay.
How do I throw this in the chat?
Do you want a treat, Baxter?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to put it onto my spell sheet first.
Oh. Sorry. Let me...
Oh, yeah. Can lemon zest see
There you
ley
go.
lines?
Can lemon zest do what?
See ley lines.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like, is that like a warlock kobold thing I don't know about, where you just like have a ley line vision?
I don't know. I'm sure I could have one of my special invocation.
Oh, right.
But all my invocations are currently tied up with things for Lemon Blossom. Which, fun fact, if you heal me, if Lemon Blossom is within 100 feet of me, I get the full amount of healing.
Nice.
It's super cool. So
You don't feel like
anyway.
ceremony would do anything here. It's mostly for helping humanoids, or blessing holy water.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we would get rid of it, but it's clearly because it's cursed.
Yeah,
That's
I
all right.
don't know how to
We've
deal
been dealing with
curses.
this for years. We can, we'll just keep pruning back the rampant growth. We'll just do our best.
Rampant growth. What if? I mean, it's cursed, so obviously the curse needs to be lifted. What if we find somebody that can lift a curse, or teach us how to lift a curse?
We've got some pretty powerful clerics here that have, tried to use magic against it before, and it always comes back. There's just something we haven't found that seems to be keeping it here.
Have you tried? What if we just destroyed the tower?
Oh, that seems, potentially like it might help, or, these portals that are up here might also tear open and create a rift into other realities that could destroy us. I don't really know how all this works, but
Okay.
what do you...
So maybe no. Maybe no.
it might be a good idea. I don't know. I don't know if they've thought about that one.
Thought about what one?
About destroying the tower, and because it could potentially help, or it could create a rift into another dimension.
That'd be. That wouldn't be the worst thing. I'd like to go
ripping
to a
a
dimension.
to another
Yeah.
You don't know what the other dimension is.
Well, it can't be worse than Tiamat.
It very much so could. It could be the Nine Hells. It could be a pit in the abyss.
Look, there's a water. It's probably the elemental plane. No, Baxter, we're saving that for later. It could be it's probably the elemental plane of water.
Which would flood this entire area then, if we tore a rift there specifically, and possibly flood and kill everyone who lives
I don't think
here.
we want to do that. I don't think we want to do that.
Fine. Okay. Whatever. No, it's.
I would appreciate not being flooded and killed. Just saying.
Sure.
It's a pretty nice spot here, this area. So, yeah.
But we don't. This one it doesn't have. Wait, this one doesn't have water coming out of it though, right?
There's nothing coming out of any of them. They appear to be turned off. You don't see any swirling vortexes. You don't see them active. They just seem to emanate magic through your vision that has now faded away.
But this is the center of the plant growth.
it does seem to be the center of whatever is causing the rampant growth that just rampantly kind of has taken
Maybe
over the
the-
area.
Maybe the issue is that
Drink.
they're closed.
What, the wanting
I mean,
sexy growth?
We've definitely opened them to, kind of like determine things, and like I know that one over there that goes to the fire plane.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's either this one or this one go to the plane of air. I haven't really been involved with a lot of this, but I've seen some of it happen.
I don't
Okay.
know why those areas would cause all the plant life to go haywire. I don't know, y'all. I'm stumped.
I mean, all I can do is try and befriend a plant, but that doesn't really do much for us right now.
Yeah, I've
I
got
feel like I
nothing.
need to learn. I need to learn from the nature clerics over here what exactly they're doing and just
I can make frostbite, some frost. I can attack the plants. I can comprehend languages, the plants. I got nothing.
You know what? I'm gonna cast the try and befriend plant life. Why not?
That could be useful.
Yeah, channel divinity. I'm gonna charm plants. Starting at second level, you can use it as an action, present the holy symbol, and invoke the name of your deity. But it's for a plant creature within 30 feet. So I guess that's not going to work for plants.
Yeah, not
Never
seeing
mind.
anything that you think is considered a creature, kind of like the whatever it was that tried to smoosh
Yeah.
Atron last night. These are more just rampantly growing plants.
I mean, we can help mitigate them, but that still doesn't do much. And that's all they've been doing. They have no idea beyond that.
This
They've just
this is the information that Gawain here has for you.
okay.
Whether
We
or not
need to
anyone
get-
else that might
We need to know more.
Yeah. While this conversation is going on, lemon zest. You get this weird feeling in your head.
Oh no!
It's a strange sensation, one that you remember, but it's one that you haven't felt in many years.
Mhm.
And you kind of reach up and kind of grasp your head, and you look out and you see what looks like a transparent
apocalypse.
dome over the caldera kind of flash in this purplish light.
Mhm.
And you see little pinpricks within the dome that seem to seal themselves up. And then there's just nothing in your head but you. There's no knowledge of how to cast your magic. There's no kind of ever-present lingering of maybe Tiamat watching. And you see Gawain kind of looks around. Oh, that's kind of weird.
I don't know what's going on.
Uh,
Are my eyes white?
No, your eyes are clear. Not literally. That would be weird.
Right.
You can all see the back of his
Clear eyes.
Yeah.
I see clearly now.
Ah,
Okay, so I don't feel the magic.
correct.
My patron has been broken.
You can't sense any connection to your warlocky magic. like there are words that you say that you're like, oh, but I know this word, and so you're like, oh, and you say the word to kind of test it, and nothing happens.
Oh, I'm guessing lemon zest is gone too then.
Lemon blossom.
Lemon blossom, yeah.
Lemon blossom just kind of sitting there, like looking around, looks confused as well.
Wait, okay, how are you still here?
Looks at you.
Can I? I'm assuming I can't see through
Maybe stop.
lemon
You
zest.
cannot.
Lemon blossoms senses. Wow. Okay. Okay. So are we all in this dome, or like it's just completely cut off now?
So the dome
Like
seemed to be
what's-
over the caldera itself.
Okay.
And as you're kind of like pointing it out, and Gwaine points it out, like everyone can see it happening. It looks like this.
Yeah.
It looks like the dome is invisible, and then gets these like fluctuations of purple energy, and you see like these what looks like gaps in it close up.
What does it mean?
Well, so there's like a magic barrier that like protects this area from being scryed on. Well, I don't know what that meant. That was weird.
I can't feel my warlock powers.
Is that a normal thing for you?
No.
Oh.
Like
Do you need a medic?
I don't know.
Do you need
I don't
some
know if this is
hocho?
permanent. I mean, a hocho would be great. I think because like we're under the dome right now, I can't feel them, which is cool. But then I'm kind of useless. But is it truly broken? Am I an artificer again?
Can I still feel my magic?
Make a
Yeah, that's a great question.
No, you can't. Sorry, I had to think about that one for a second.
What is going
no.
on?
Yeah. So as Lemon Zest is explaining this, Ashrin, you're like, and you just kind of like reach out and like think about Tiamat and like embrace that kind of power, and there's just nothing there. What's interesting is, Aster, you kind of reach out, and through the vines and the plants and everything around you, you still have access to your magic.
Huzzah! I feel great. This is amazing.
Ashrin goes comatose into another existential crisis.
Oh, are you all going to be up? Come on, let's take you down the stairs. Let's get you some help. You both look a little like you need some hojo, to be honest.
That sounds amazing. We need some more. I need
I'm gonna
another
roll-
love, though.
Can I roll Arcana for this?
Sure.
Or is this just going to be like a story?
No, go for it.
Let's figure this out through exposition. Okay.
It
I'm
might be
going
both.
to use my heroic inspiration for this.
Excellent.
Oh, glad I did.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Wow.
So, cool.
Wow.
Goodbye, inspiration.
Not
That
quite
was-
disadvantage, but
great.
pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
You were like trying to, there's just like a bit of panic that's kind of setting in, even though like this is kind of a thing you've been wondering about. At the same time, there's like this panic that sets in and you just can't quite think clearly enough. What do you all do?
We should get some hocho and talk about this.
Yeah, let's sit down.
All right. You, and he kind of gestures at Chris. Could you kind of help me guide them down the stairs? I'm a little concerned they're just gonna like walk off and eat it or something.
Yeah, sure.
So as the group is led down the stairs and back to the large dining hall, you do see like people moving around a little. Several of them seem as confused as you all feel. You head into the room.
I get
You
advantage
see,
again. Thank you.
you see a table that has several mugs of what probably was hot chocolate, but have been emptied out, and there's just like a little bit of beard hair left behind. The dwarf is no longer and didn't clean off his table. What do you do?
Where's the kitchens? Is there any way to get more of that
I
hocho?
guess.
Oh yeah, there's
sit down.
What's that?
Sit down.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
sure.
Hocho's,
Yeah.
there should, we try to keep Hocho on tap all the time, so there should be the urn over there should be full of it.
Okay. Aster's gonna set her mug down at the
Is
table with the plant
Is
in it,
Adela
and
gone
then
for everyone
go
else, or
do the
just for
same
me?
thing. Just get a whole round
Oh,
of
Adela is still there for me. Can you
Yeah.
not see?
Oh, no.
For me too.
Nope.
Okay.
Adela, go ahead and refresh. Let's see if that fixes it. That was weird. Oh, the technologies, right?
Ugh.
Doo-ba-doo. How about now?
Do you see me now?
Yes.
Huzzah. All right, so Aster has gone to get you all around of Hocho. What you do notice is that the marshmallows, there's just like a slim picking of them. Like they're kind of like obviously have been manhandled. There's like drippings of hot cocoa that have like cooled and kind of made them a little bit gross. But the Hocho itself, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pay no attention to that and kind of scrape them all together and just like mound them on everybody's cups, however.
All right, so what are Ashran and Lemon Zest doing?
That's a great question.
Ashran is sipping hot choco, and just staring into it.
There's this like, I never like telling players how their characters feel, but
Sure.
knowing
Yeah.
that your character was pretty hardcore pro the cult of Tiamat and is a paladin of Tiamat,
Yeah.
the last couple of days have been fairly jarring to begin
Traumatizing.
with. Yes.
Yeah.
And now you have been cut off from that connection that you've carried with you since you took up this like mantle of being a paladin. So it is definitely traumatizing, but what do you feel you're doing about it? Is it just kind of a stare off into space for the time being, or
I mean, I think Ashran, her entire life has like been devoted to this cult. So having like her powers cut off and this revelation is extremely jarring for her. And I think she kind of just feels like empty right now. And is like both like thinking about like how do I move forward from this, and also like potentially like how do I get like what did I do wrong? What do I have to like do to fix this? And like figuring out like which one of those ways she needs to go. But for everybody else looking at her, she is just staring at the hot chocolate and looks depressed as hell.
okay? And what about Lemon Zest?
I think he's trying to go through equations in his mind to see if like his artificerness is returning.
You don't feel any increased connection to the knowledge that was removed by Tiamat.
Okay, this feels very temporary, I guess, because I don't feel who I was before Tiamat's soul invasion. So I think we're just being shielded right now. And as soon as we leave, that connection's gonna be back.
But then why would our magic have worked before?
That is a great question I do not have an answer to.
Is there anything I can do to ascertain if we are being cut off from Tiamat or if Tiamat is like punishing us and cutting us off from our magic. Like to figure out which way this blockage is going.
Right. So I will give you that since you saw the visual effect happening, it appears to be a block instead of a you've been cut off like by your god.
Okay. Okay.
If you hadn't seen it, there would be more of a question there. But yeah, you saw this, and then Gwaine kind of explained that this shield was kind of supposed to hide the area. As you're having this discussion and kind of trying to figure things out, you notice that the hustle and bustle of things outside seems to be increasing. People are moving about. You hear maybe not heated discussion, but like people frantically talking about plans of how to defend the area. And this is just like at a distance, so it's very difficult to pick up specifics. But Gwaine does kind of get up and he looks a little concerned and he walks out, leaving you all at the table.
Wait, no, Gwaine, don't just.
Aw.
We're watching funniest animal home videos right now, and it's pretty great. Just recommend to everybody.
Nice.
Yes, I will. And say hi to everybody.
Did she say?
She's like, no way, I'm watching the stuff over there.
Oh my god. We should help. Like, what are they even talking about? This seems kind of elaborate. Like, something's really going on.
Real quick, so Lemizos was trying to get Gwaine's attention. What did you say?
Lemon?
Oh, I think it was just like, what's going on here?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go check. If you don't stop him, he'll head outside. You see him
I'll follow.
Okay. Yeah, you follow him, and
yeah.
he approaches like the nearest group of people who are talking. As you get closer, you can hear them talking about there was a breach in the night. Something about the energy moving through the dome that shouldn't have, that they didn't know about. And it's not long after that you see Cheova heading towards you all. In fact, heads pretty much straight for Lemon Zest. There's a stern look on her face, but it's difficult to really get a lot of emotion given that she's wearing a blindfold, but seems to be heading directly for you. And she stops in front of you. By chance, was there magic that you used last night that might have invited certain patrons of yours to turn their direction this way?
I summoned undead.
But you called on Tiamat to do that. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I'm a warlock patron, but Tiamat shouldn't be. Okay, no, what's going on?
There were holes in our defenses that we had not thought about. There's not often a worshipper or warlock of her that comes here. I'm sure it'll be fine. We caught it, and we have since then closed the holes in our defenses. You might notice some effects. I don't know whether or not it will affect you much, but you might feel things a bit differently. However, I do we do kind of need to discuss what your plans are, whether you'll be staying here or not, because if your presence and the magic that you used may have turned her eyes this direction, there may be those who she sends in retaliation.
Okay. I guess we should. Okay. Hey, everyone. Are we all ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I want to help them, but I guess if that's what helps them is us leaving. Can we come back at some point? Would that be okay?
Just to be clear, we're not asking you to leave. We just need you to state your intentions if you stay.
I mean, you guys all seem pretty great. We don't want to harm anybody, cause harm, cause problems. I mean, how could we help?
We're currently mounting defenses in case there's an incursion from outside. Most of those will come from above should Tiamat send her forces here.
I mean, we could possibly leave and cause some sort of diversion somewhere else. Do you know what would she have seen that makes you think she would send an incursion here?
Well, I do feel like I should point out that this morning when Sheova came to talk to you all, she did apologize to you for being rather standoffish about your belief system and who you are. And so now she kind of is looking at you and she says, well, being what we are, we have always had to defend ourselves against eradication by those who believe that Tiamat was and is the true dragon goddess. I will grant that she is a dragon goddess, I understand that, but she does like to keep that information rather well hidden. And
would she would she have been able to like see into these people's minds, or is it just like she would have seen like this area, and do they have like any symbols out that are...
We are concerned that she may have peered through the eyes of your friend here.
That wouldn't necessarily tell her what or who you all worship, though. She would have just seen a large shrubbery attacking me, right?
The question is, we didn't realize that this was an issue until the magic revealed that it was so. Has she been watching the entire time?
She would have been watching the whole time. Okay, now I do see the problem. Okay. Nope. Okay, that would make sense then. That incursion now that makes sense.
We're not necessarily saying it's going to happen, but we're concerned it will happen.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You said you have very strong clerics here?
Relatively speaking.
Do you have any who can alter the appearance of terrain?
I think I see where you're going. What do you have in mind?
Simply have someone project this location, 40 feet in the wrong direction and hide the current one so that she bombs the wrong target.
I see. I will speak with those who are capable of doing such.
Then if you make the other one look like it was destroyed, she won't come back, probably.
Excellent. Are you planning to remain then, or are you...
Ashrin looks at the rest of the group like, I don't fucking know. What are we doing?
What are we doing? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'd like to help, especially if we brought Tiamat here to these people. That seems bad. And a little bit of an us thing.
I'm not going to be very useful.
Would there actually... Okay. If we project this location to a different area and conceal this one, could we, the four of us, pretend we are attacking the other location?
That sounds
That's
brilliant.
why... she won't know that we are questioning things.
Interesting.
I think that's brilliant.
I feel like, as we pull back from this conversation, I'm going to give you the week for you all to talk about it in chat while we figure out what your little PC hearts want to do with all of this information. There's so many things that happened in this episode.
Yep.
Just things running rampantly around, trying to just grow and take root, let's say. Perfect. Okay, so does anyone have anything coming up that they would like to share before we raid over to another channel?
Oh, you go first, Mika.
Tonight on Don't Kill My Character, I'm going to be playing Alice is Missing.
Nice.
Ooh.
Or if you don't want to watch, what was that?
Huh? How do I like Alice is Missing?
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell what that was. Okay.
It was a good like, ooh, sounds fun. Not like
Okay. I was like, what did I do? Or if you don't want to watch that, at 7:30 on Roll D5, they're playing Definitely Wizards. And then lots of prayer, I think.
okay.
Excellent. I'm glad that that's going on for you.
Yeah. Yeah, for this week, that's the only thing that'll be streamed.
Nice. Janelle, do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, over on my channel on Twitch on Mondays and YouTube premiere on Tuesdays, we have been launching a new series called Amber Ascension, which uses the Sagas system, and it is a cyberpunk mythology based game where the players are currently running a casino heist at Cerberon's Gate, and it's a lot of fun, and you should check it out.
Excellent. Adela, Mick, have anything coming up you want to share?
Nope.
All right. Well, for this channel, on Friday, we're going back to Daggerheart, so tune in for that at 8 p.m. for our ongoing series. And then on Saturday, we have episode... Actually, is that Saturday or Sunday? Sorry, hang on one sec. Saturday, we have the start of Historia Blood Money. They're playing Historia, which is a 5th edition adjacent game where they are anthropomorphic animals playing in like kind of a Italian Renaissance era fantasy. It's going to be awesome. There's some wonderful people playing that, and Shiv is coming over to GM that. That is at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a 3-part game, so it's this Saturday and then the following 2 Saturdays. And then tonight, I'm actually going to be pushing buttons. I'm not in the game, but I am going to be pushing buttons behind the scenes so that Chaz, who has been on this channel and run some games for us before, does another D&D 5th edition adjacent thing called Dead on Spawn. It's a Dead Souls inspired game where they're going through a dungeon, and when you die, you respawn back at the spawn point, and etc., etc. I actually set up like timers for time since the last death, and then like their markers to show how many times everyone's died. I feel like we could start a betting ring on this super easily. So that'll start tonight and run for 6 episodes on it is Dirty Vortex. So let me do a quick shout out to Dirty Vortex. Go over and follow them to be notified when you are going live, or sorry, when we are going live. And then we are going to raid over to Dork Tales now. So thanks everybody for watching. It was wonderful to see you. Thanks for hopefully enjoying today's shenanigans. And we will see you next Wednesday for their choices on what's going to happen here. We will see you then. Bye.